Hey folks, welcome to yet another tutorial, and in this tutorial we will be keeping dive into the Codex CLI. So we'll be learning about the aspects, and we will be doing a full walkthrough of the Codex CLI, and we will see what are the features that it packs. We'll learn a bit or two about different hacks that we can implement to make our deployment processes more easier. So the OpenAI Codex CLI is an open source terminal native AI coding agent built prominently in Rust that executes, reads, edits, and refactors code directly inside your local environments. So it operates through a terminal user interface or TUI. It serves as a lightweight agentic engine designed to keep developers entirely within their command line while delegating multi-step programming tasks to underlying OpenAI models. So we will be exploring the same, and if you have watched our installation videos, you might have already installed your Codex CLI. So without further ado, let's launch it in a PowerShell. So the first step obviously involves launching your PowerShell as an administrator and then simply typing in the codex command once you are in the correct directory. Now you can see Codex has successfully launched, and this is the interface that we get. You can see the current model on which Codex is operating, the current directory that Codex is working on. Here you can type in anything. So for example, hi, who are you? So you can see I typed in a particular prompt and Codex will reply to me. So it says, hi, I'm Codex, an AI coding assistant. I can help inspect and edit codes in your workspace, run commands, debug issues and features, write tests, review changes, and explain technical problems. So, okay, now let's try to explore it more. So, first we will be going through different prospects of this video, or the things that we are actually going to learn within the same. So, what all I have is that we do get the recap of the following things. So, if I talk about Codex in general, I think it is a really great platform, especially if you wish to review all of your codes and things in a particular environment, and also the processing power of the same is very good. So, without further ado, let's first see the app server and the commands that it gives us. So, you can initiate the session control and slash commands by typing in a forward slash. Once you do this, you can see a list active systems macros that alters or inspects the agent state. So here are different types of commands that currently supported in Codex. So the first one we have model. So using this we can choose what model and reasoning effort to use. If we click enter onto this, we can see all of the different models that you can use ranging from GPT 5.2 all the way to GPT 5.5 current, which is the frontier model for complex coding, research and real world work. You can simply press the escape button to get out of the same. Then we have the fast mode, which is 1.5 times the speed but increased usage. So if you want your answers to be detailed, your responses to be detailed but also very fast, then you can use this particular option. We have the IDE option, which includes current selection, open files and other context from your IDE. We have the permissions option, using which you can choose what codex is allowed to do. If you will hit enter, you can see these options. The first one is read only, which means that codex can just read files in the current workspace. Approval is required to edit files or access the internet. Then we have the default non-admin sandbox, where Codex can read and edit files in the current workspace and run commands. Approval is required to access the internet or edit other files. We have the auto review, using which same workspace write permission as default and you can read the same. And at the last we have the full access, that is guaranteeing full access at enhanced risks. Then apart from the permissions, we have key map, using which it will remap TUI shortcuts We have the Vim option, which can be used to toggle Vim mode for the computer. We have a setup default sandbox, using which you can set up elevated agent sandbox. We have the sandbox add read directory, which lets sandbox read a particular directory. So if you want an external reference out of the sandbox, you can use this. We have the experimental features as well, which you can see right here. Here are some of the experimental features which will be also going to cover in our upcoming videos in detail. Then apart from this, we have the approval processes, the memories command, the skills option, we using which we will be using skills to improve how Codex performs specific tasks. Detailed upcoming videos will be arriving on the channel shortly as well, related to hooks and reviews as well. Review is used for any current changes and finding any new issues. You can rename the current thread using this rename option. A new To start a new chat during a conversation, you can use this new option. To resume, you can use this one. Forks can be put on using the fork command. Init command is used to create an agents.md file with instructions for code. We have the compact option, which summarizes conversation to prevent hitting the context limit. So this is can also be done automatically as well. We have the plan option to switch to plan mode, where Codex will basically first draft a plan, and after you audit it and review it, Codex will then work according to the plan. It is good for tedious and long works. We have the goal option, the agent command, using which you can switch the active agent thread. We have the side option to start a side conversation in an empirical fork. And we also have a copy last response as markdown, and raw and diff commands, using which you can toggle raw scroll back mode and show get difference. And similarly, we have different types of commands, which you can see right here. So these are all of the commands which are available in the codex CLI. Now apart from the forward slash, you we also have different other things like the fuzzy file search. So you can initiate a fuzzy file search by typing in the @ and then this opens an instantaneous workspace file path finder, pasting the selected absolute path directly into the active prompt line. So after the @ you can simply type in the file path. So for example, let's say I type in D, and you can see all of the files that are in the particular directory being listed right here. Apart from here, you can search for any other file name like A, like B, like C, or any other files that you wish to mention. You can simply mention them just like you mention your Instagram friends in the story. So you can simply type in @ and then the file name, and then you can simply state the command for that particular file name as well. We also have the local shell execution, which is similar to plot code as well. So if you type in exclamation mark, you can simply use the prefixing any line with this forces codex to run a local terminal subcommand. So for example, you can simply type in a for exclamation mark and type in the command of the terminal, that is npm run test, for example, and you can see that it is running the npm run test in the particular terminal. So this is one of the options. We also have input queuing usage, which can be initiated by pressing the tab button. So if you press the tab button while codex is executing code chains, a secondary prompt, a shell script, or a slash macro into a queue for immediate processing when the active turn completes. We also have message forking, which can be pressed by escape and escape, as you can see right here. So double tapping the escape moves the cursor backwards through prior prompt items, thus letting you rewrite previous instructions and for the code generation from the exact historical state. So apart from these, we also have sandbox access and caching policies. For example, the web search cache by default Codex utilizes a local OpenAI maintained index of web results. This cached framework projects against runtime prompt injections, buried inside live web pages. We have live search overrides. So to query immediate runtime realities, you must provide the explicit execution flags via the search flag. So instead of just letting the codex do any particular search, you can use this command, that is search, and then type in the actual search policy. So for example, you can simply search for anything. So for example, you can search for latest global news, and it will directly search the web using this particular command. Now, apart from that, the search flag, we also have the YOLO privilege level as well. So, if we pass the YOLO parameter left standard step by step user approval, this grants the agent raw permission to write file system adjustments, compile pipelines, and run shell task automatically until completion without prompting for your manual confirmation, which you can do so by simply typing in this. And here you can see this is the YOLO command. So if you are looking to deploy more of these, you can write your suggestions in the description as well, and we will be creating a videos on the same. So this was basically more about the walkthrough of codex CLI from my perspectives. Do make sure to like this video if you gained something important and helpful. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.